The futures, the good news, we're in the green across this morning. Mr. Healthcare himself, Rich Edson, joins us in Washington, D.C. Rich, I don't know how you do it. Every day, there's a whole new list of items in one of these bills, and once again, things have changed overnight.
Mr. Healthcare, huh? That's
Yeah.
pretty good. It sounds like a wrestler name almost. Like my props would be like a clipboard and a stethoscope. And
Next time you can wear a doctor's outfit for us. But no, you're doing a good job of explaining this all to us. It's complicated.
Well, thank you very much. And then all without any doctor gear or a degree that would allow me to do that. But, Congress.
Right, Rich, thank you very much. For more on the developments in the House over health care overhaul and why it took so long. Just before I let you go, as we mentioned at the very top, you're one of the founding members of the Blue Dog Democrats. Why is there so much focus on the Blue Dog Democrats? Is it because since you founded this group, the country has moved more to the middle?
Well, I think it's kind of like Willie Sutton when he said, why do you rob banks? And he said, that's where the money is. There are 58 Blue Dogs. That's a sizable block.
And Burgess, I thank you both for taking the time to join us this morning. Great seeing you both.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, much more. The tentative deal between Democratic leaders in the House on a bill for health care reform is coming at a price for President Obama. The market rally we've seen this month seems to be taking a breather this week, or so we'll see, with stocks seeing their fourth straight day of little movement yesterday. But major indices are still up about 11%. We'll break there about some of the comments Ariana made about lending and access to capital through things like the stimulus, the TARP, etc. You had some thoughts on that. Tell me.
Well,
Clock?
Great.
Good? Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up next, we're going to tell you a personal story that I guarantee you will not want to miss. It's about a mother and her 3 children and how she's saving her home. That's next. We're going to get into a roundtable discussion. We're going to go back a little bit to the markets and the economy. Is there a disconnect between what we're talking about in the markets in Wall Street and Main Street? We're going to get you the ExxonMobil earnings as well. We'll be right back in just a moment. Good morning and welcome back to Money for Breakfast. I'm Alexis Glick. Coming up, we're roughly a half hour away from the release of the latest initial jobless claims, and expectations are the employment picture may not be getting all that much better. We'll get into that in a moment. We are moments away from ExxonMobil's latest earnings report. Our roundtable is going to break down the number and how the markets, which have been on the rebound of late, how they're going to react and whether or not we will see an economic recovery. Where does oil and profits and things of that nature fall into that conversation? Let's take a look at the futures right now. We've been in the green throughout the morning. Dow up 58. All right, well, besides just ExxonMobil, fellow energy companies, ConocoPhillips, whether it's Hess, all of them have been reporting earnings this week with profits plunging, in some cases as high as 76 to 90%. America, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good to see you guys again.
Good morning.
All right, Al, you're the newest player here since we've been sitting together. I've been sitting with David and Ariana throughout the morning. Look, all you have right now is on the surface here, it looks like it's an earnings miss for Exxon. Perhaps not a big surprise. We're in such a different place than we were a year ago when oil prices were almost $150 a barrel. What does this suggest about the economy?
Well, I think the most alarming thing is that Exxon missed its earnings. I mean, it's no...
Basically, to prevent her from losing her home. It's such an important and personal story. I don't know that we hear enough of it. And Al, you know, for every 1% rise in unemployment, a million people start to lose their health insurance. I mean, it could be really devastating. What are we not addressing it enough?
Well, we probably aren't. Let me correct something.
All right, thanks so much, Ashley. Coming up, AOL making some more major changes. I know a lot about it until I read about it about 3 hours earlier this morning, and it looks really, really interesting, and I wish we were talking a lot more about it. I thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you, Alexis.
All right, coming up, the one thing you should know. We'll be right back. Just a moment. We have 2 very exciting special guests. Stay tuned for the opening bell next. Trust me. We'll be right back. Let's get a check on the European markets. Ashley Webster has the latest for us in London. Good morning, Ashley. Widely commented on. Evan, thank you very much. Great seeing you once again.
Thanks, Alexis.
All right, guys, let's open it up. We'll call it round 3. Dow component ExxonMobil missing earning expectations this morning with quarterly profit down 66% compared to last year. Can we expect more disappointment when Chevron comes out tomorrow? And actually, that doesn't even include some of the guys who reported overseas this morning as well.
Yeah. And looking ahead, guys, versus the end of last year when, businesses really started shutting down, I think you're going to see some easy comparisons for these guys when we go forward.
Yeah, Connell, but all of this is about volatility, right?
It's crazy. I mean, last year with consumers and everything else, it's not so much that it really affects consumer activity as well and other businesses.
Yeah.
Oil sands, I think they break.
Yeah, unbelievable there. Thank you very much. We are now about 9 minutes into the trading day. We've got the news beyond the headlines coming up next. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Microsoft and Yahoo's new alliance fueling the buzz at Microsoft's annual analyst meeting today. Shibani Joshi is at the Microsoft campus following all right, terrific. Shibani, I know you'll be reporting there all day. Thanks so much. Terrific job. All right, let's switch gears. We're going to turn the page. And Connell he was now assigned, by the way, at USA Today. He did not get the New York Post because I even received Facebook messages and emails about his story yesterday. We will not bring it back up.
It was fine. It was just pointing out that was an inappropriate situation.
Okay.
I actually wanted to speculate about baseball. It's the Phillies.
Okay. Whew. That was good. Really good.
Told you.
Yeah.
Kevin McGee will like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to post something on your Facebook page. Cliff Lee now in a second.
I'm with you on that. Sure I am. Okay, Ashley, the Sun.
Yeah, chipmunks coming to England via Eurotunnel. It doesn't say whether they took business class or economy, but pretty interesting indeed. Watch out for Siberian chipmunks. We'll continue to follow this very important story.
Yes, do you want to bring the picture up again? Because I know everybody is looking at that chipmunk.
I can't even see the
situation, but interesting that none of them went with an American-based beer.
Yes, I'm.
And there's also on the website Dovisherk.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm liking props here.
Well, don't say it until you watch it.
There's nothing like a story about beer that can get us all excited. Maybe we need to have a little brouhaha ourselves.
Fair, I mean, Friday.
Okay.
I'd be up for that.
Every morning, 8 o'clock. We already do.
All right. The Obama administration wants to give the Federal Reserve Bank more power, but our next guest says the Fed is doing a terrible job. He wrote an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, and he says, quote,